All grade 10 students, here is your information for picking your courses for your grade 11 year. We have 3 counselors at Riverside. Hopefully by now you've connected with your counselor. If you haven't, please come by the counseling area. We would love to meet you, and we're here to support you through the course programming process. Grade 11 students, well, future grade 11 students, next year you're going to have a Language Arts 11, a Math 11, a Science 11, a Socials 11 or 12, and 4 electives. For the French immersion students, next year you will also have a Language Arts 11, a Math 11, a Science 11, a French Social Studies, so whether it be Histoire or Culture Comparée, you can take that in grade 11 or 12, Français 11, and then you will also have 3 electives. Now, if you decide to take your French Immersion Social Studies in grade 12, then you would need to add on a French elective for grade 11. So you either need to take your French Immersion Social Studies in grade 11, or you need to pick an additional elective in French and make sure that you take your French Immersion Social Studies when you are in grade 12. Now, English and French students, a reminder that the electives that you're going to pick next year should be related to whatever your goals are for after you are graduated from high school. So it might be prerequisites that you need to get into a trades program, or prerequisites that you're going to need to apply into university, or maybe some skills that you'd like to acquire for a job. So now is the time to do the research to see which types of electives you're going to need for your future ahead. For your grade 11 English, you do have some choice, whether it be Literacy Studies and Composition 11, or New Media 11, or English First Peoples 11. Also, there is Literacy Studies and Composition Honors 11. Remember that if you're applying to honors, you do have to fill out the online application, which is located in the course description booklet. Remember that all of these courses will satisfy your English 11 requirement, and they all teach reading, writing, and speaking skills. The main difference is the content being used to teach these skills. You're also going to begin your career life capstone in grade 11. So the career life capstone will be split between grade 11 and grade 12. Students will begin this in the second semester of grade 11 and continue into grade 12. You will be added to a Teams class in your second semester of grade 11, and you just have to make sure that you're always checking your school email and your CLC Teams regularly. And we hope that right now, as a grade 10 student, you are in the habit of checking your school email. There's some assignments for the CLC class, and in grade 12 you will have a capstone project. The capstone that you're going to design is a project that's going to help you combine what you like to do and what will help you in the future. And it can be directed towards any future career path that you might have. You're going to have a CLC teacher who's going to mentor you and help you through this process. If at any time going forward in grade 11 or 12 you want access to your school records, you can visit the Student Transcript Service. So here is the website for that. And you'll also need to you'll need an account which you will use your provincial education number, your PEN number, which is found on your report card. Now, also remember that all of you have MyEd accounts, and so you should be able to view your grades from any class that is labeled 10 or above in MyEd. So some of you will have completed your numeracy and literacy assessments from first semester. We do know that obviously the exams in January were canceled, and we're waiting to hear when those are going to be rescheduled, whether it be in April or June. But just a reminder that those have to be completed for graduation, and in grade 12 you will actually have a grade 12 literacy exam as well. In grade 11 you have 3 choices for your math classes, whether it be Math 11 Foundations, Math 11 Pre-Calculus, or Math 11 Workplace. If you are currently in Math 10 Apprenticeship and Workplace, you would proceed to take Math 11 Workplace next year. If you're currently taking Math 10 Foundations and Pre-Calculus, you would either move on to Math 11 Foundations or Math 11 Pre-Calculus. The best person to get advice about which class to take would be your math teacher, and it is also helpful to speak to your parent or guardian and to look at the websites of whatever post-secondary program you're hoping to get into so that you have the appropriate math. To give you an idea, university maths would be Math 11 Foundations for students who are wanting to pursue arts or humanities. If a student is wanting to go into business, engineering, or sciences, Math 11 Pre-Calculus would be required, and a student should have a strong grade in Math 10 Foundations and Pre-Calculus. If a student is wanting to go into certain trades at BCIT, Math 11 Workplace would be sufficient for certain trades. If you're unsure which math you should take, again, please speak with your math teacher, speak to your parent and guardian, and you can come by and speak with your counselor. Your math teacher is going to be someone who will be a valuable resource to have this conversation in selecting your math class. Just a reminder that all electives need to be taken in sequence. So by now, as you're going into grade 11, I think many of you will already know this, but again, it's important for us to tell you that you do need to take your electives in order. So for students who are wanting to take Art Studio 11, make sure that you have Art Studio 10, or if you're wanting to take Theater Company 11, it is recommended that you take Drama 10 prior to going into this. If you're unsure if a course has a prerequisite, please take a look at the Riverside Course Programming website, which is on our Riverside website, and that will give you an awesome description of what the course entails, and it also indicates what grade can take the course and what the prerequisites are. In grade 11, there's a few options of languages that you can take should you want to take a second language. If you're interested in doing French, you must have completed French 9 and 10 to go into French 11. If you're wanting to do Spanish, you could do Spanish 11 if you've completed Intro to Spanish 11, or if you've completed Spanish 9 and 10. And you could go into Italian 11 if you've completed Intro to Italian 11. If you have not done a language yet and you would like to do a language in grade 11, that's totally fine. You can start by taking either Intro to Spanish 11 or you could take Intro to Italian 11. Either of those languages are fine to start in grade 11. Just a reminder that a second language is not required for graduation and it's not required for college admission or BCIT, but it is required for direct entrance to some universities. So again, not all universities, just some universities. Just to give you an idea of some local universities here in BC and their language requirements, UBC requires a grade 11 language, SFU accepts an Intro to 11 language, and the University of Victoria does not require a language. So again, it really varies depending on institution, so it's important to do your research and find out what the requirements are. We have some new courses at Riverside. So next year there's going to be Alt Médiatique, which is a new French immersion elective, where students are going to learn and create and communicate through the principles of design and media production. We also are going to have Photography 10, where students are going to learn the basics of camera operations, composition, and digital editing. We will have Jazz Band and Strings 9 to 12, which will be from piano and guitar to wind and percussion. Students will be able to learn a variety of jazz genres and techniques, and Dance Performance 11-12, which will be taken after Dance Foundations 10 or 11, and students will be able to challenge themselves physically and creatively through training, rehearsal, research, and performance. There are many ways to enrich your program while you're at Riverside, whether it be taking an IDS course outside of the timetable like Athletic Leadership or Leadership Green Shirts, or IDS Performing Arts Leadership, or we have the IT Peer Tutoring. There's also the Leadership course, which you could sign up for 10, 11, or 12, and we also have PE Leadership. Also in grade 11, some of the honors classes continue. So you could take English 11 honors, Math 11 honors. Remember that for those honors classes as well, if you haven't taken 10 honors, there's still a chance that you could get into those honors classes. So what you would need to do is fill out an application, and it's always a good idea also to speak with the department head for those programs. So for English, it would be Miss Thomason, and for math, it would be Miss Burton. We also have Peer Tutoring 11, where you can help out in a class, in an academic class, and there's a Science 11 co-op program, which Miss Jackson runs. In Science 11 co-op, you would take Physics 11, Chemistry 11, Math Pre-Calculus 11, and you would also complete a work experience, all done in semester 1. These courses all require completion of an online application. You'll find that online application when you go into the course description booklet, which is available online on the Riverside website, and you'll notice a blue link that's underneath of each course description. There's other ways to earn graduation credits as well that we should let you know about. There are the language challenge exams, which is if you speak another language at home, you could potentially get credit for those courses. So if one of those languages is offered through the Delta School District Challenge exams, you would sign up for that exam in October through your counselor, and then you'd write the exam in January. We also have the equivalency credits that we can give you. So if you've taken classes in another country or another province, we could potentially give you equivalency credits for those classes. External credits is where you're earning credits for an activity that you're participating in outside of school, or maybe some classes that you took outside of school in a particular area that are not necessarily academic. And then we have summer school and Coquitlam Open Learning. Coquitlam Open Learning is our online provider in our district. Just a reminder that if you are going to take a summer school class or take an online class, please let your counselors know. We want to make sure that the classes we have you registered for in September are accurate, and it's always tricky when in September we have a surprise where we find out that someone has taken a class in summer school and we have to reprogram them, and sometimes it can be challenging to get students the courses that they need. So again, please keep us in the loop of whatever online or summer school class that you're taking. So some ideas of external credits would be if a student has taken a test or an exam through the Royal Conservatory, or that they might have completed their Cicchetti exams for dance, or they're playing a high level of sport, perhaps even on a provincial or national team, or they've received their certification to coach, or they're in cadets or Girl Guides. There's many different ways to receive external credits, and if you have something that you think might qualify for external credit, bring whatever documentation you have to your counselor and we can look into that for you. We are so lucky in the Coquitlam School District that we have the Train in Trades programs. These are amazing opportunities for grade 11 or 12 students to take a trade and do that within your grade 11 or 12 year. Typically, students complete this program in their grade 12 year, but there are some times where grade 11 students can complete it. So the benefits of this program are that it's tuition free. You do receive the same level of training that you would in a post-secondary school, whether it be BCIT or Kwantlen or any of those trade programs institutions. And when you finish the program, you will have your level 1 certification. So it's basically a win-win where you receive high school credit and you will also receive credit for post-secondary or industry credits for whatever Red Seal program you're wanting to pursue. Some options that we have through the Coquitlam School District trades programs are automotive collision repair, auto collision refinishing tech, automotive service technician, baker, bricklayer, cabinet maker, carpenter, professional cook. Now remember that the professional cook program, it happens right at Riverside. So if you've ever talked to Chef Tony or Chef Johnny in the culinary area, that is where the culinary program takes place. So if anyone out there is wanting to become a chef, that would be an awesome program for you to be a part of. And it happens right within Riverside. There's also the electrician program. Also, we do have the work and trades program. So regardless of whatever your career aspirations are, you can actually get credits for working. So as long as you're working a job where you're being paid and you're in a trade, you can receive credits towards high school graduation. For every 120 hours you work, you can get 4 credits. So for those of you who are, say, working at a restaurant right now, or maybe doing some construction, if you're working with someone in a trade who is certified, you could potentially get credits for this work. And for every 900 plus hours that are worked before the age of 20, you could qualify for a $1,000 award, and the district gave out about 30 of those last year. Also, what's kind of nice about this is if you pursue a trade in that career later, then those hours can count towards that certification. So who to contact for these programs? Well, the Train and Trades contact would be Mr. McLean, and his email and phone number are listed there. So you can take a picture of this if you want to have this information. Also, for the Work and Trade program, that would be Joanna Horvath, and her email and phone number are located there as well. All the information for applications are located on sd43.bc.ca, and more specifically at www.43careers.com. All these applications are due as soon as possible, really. Mr. McLean is starting to accept them now, so if you're wanting to apply to one of these programs and you're hoping to do this in your grade 11 year, then please touch base with your counselor, or you can email Mr. McLean and we can guide you towards an application and answer all of the questions that you might have. There's really no wrong thing to do after high school. So whether it be going right into the workforce or volunteering or maybe traveling or taking classes at vocational school, college, or university, we are here to help. So for those of you who are wanting to go right into the workforce, then when you're picking your electives, you should be thinking about what skills do I want to acquire when I'm going into the workforce, and picking classes that are going to help you achieve those skills. Maybe you want to try some new things and you're not too sure what you want to do next year, or when you graduate, and that is totally fine. So maybe you want to do some volunteering, creating different opportunities, or taking some time to travel. For those of you who have an idea of what vocational school or college or university or technical institute, then we want to make sure that you have whatever courses that you need and that you're covered for your prerequisites. The basic post-secondary entrance requirements are based on breadth, rigor, and depth. They want to see that students have taken approved post-secondary courses, and they want to see that students are well-rounded and that they're challenging themselves. It's really imperative that you do check the websites for these post-secondary programs to make sure that you have the classes that you need. And we are here to support you with that as well. Ms. David is here as well, who is our post-secondary facilitator. We are all here to help guide you along the way and make sure that you have what you need for post-secondary. But the responsibility does fall on you as well to check the website and do your research as well. For every post-secondary school, for universities, the admission requirements are slightly different. So again, it is very, very important that you do look at the websites for whatever universities you're interested in. Universities are now evaluating based on grade 11 and 12 marks, so it is really important what you pick for your grade 11 year. So some examples are, for UBC, the programs are very specific for what you need. It's important that you do check out their website. They have students complete a personal profile, as well as they're looking at your academic average. Students are having to take 6 both approved and non-academic grade 12 courses for admission. SFU's evaluation process is based on a List A and List B. So students have to complete 5 classes, and a certain number have to be from List A and a certain number have to be from List B. So please check out those slides on their website because it's very, very specific for each faculty. Each university, again, will have different admission requirements depending on what program and what university. So we can help you with this. Please check out the websites, and also Ms. David does have information about each university in her office as well. For Douglas College general admission, you have to have at least 60% in English 12. For some of the limited enrollment programs, such as arts and nursing, you have to meet general and specific department requirements. So you need to make sure that you check out those requirements so that you have those for sure. So some might include having at least a 60% in Math 11 Foundations. Also, the nursing program has an earlier deadline, and for Math and English, you have to have a minimum of a B. The nursing program deadline does approach very quickly when you're in your grade 12 year, so it's important to stay tuned for that and check out the website regularly. Douglas College also has a great program called the SFU Douglas College Partnership Program. So for this partnership program, you do have to meet the requirements for the SFU entrance requirements, and it's only for specific faculties such as arts, social sciences, environment, and science. The nice thing about this program, though, is that you can take courses at both SFU and Douglas, and you are considered a student at both of these institutions. So you are able to take classes at both institutions and not have to worry about reapplying to get into SFU because you will already be considered a student at both places. BCIT has some awesome programs. They all have different requirements though, so you really do need to check out their websites. So whether it be applied in natural science or business and media, computing and infotech, there's a lot of great opportunities there, but please check out their websites. Also be aware that BCIT offers rolling admission, which means that depending on the program, they're going to have different admission deadlines. And some of their programs are first come, first serve. So please look at their website and check out their open house where you can get more information about BCIT. In the counseling area, we do have a wonderful post-secondary advisor by the name of Miss David. Miss David has information on post-secondary institutions in Canada, career information, financial awards and bursaries and loans, online services for post-secondary applications, and she also has information about employment and volunteer opportunities. Miss David is an excellent resource and she is available for one-on-one meetings. If you'd like to book an appointment with her, you can come by the counseling area. Her card is in front of her door and you can send her an email to book an appointment. Some other helpful links and pages. So Miss David's website is excellent. Miss David also has an Instagram page, so Riverside Post-Secondary Advising. This is a great one to follow because when you're in your grade 12 year, and your grade 11 year, she will tell you about different information nights for the different universities. So different university admissions officers, they'll come by and they will do presentations at Riverside, or this year they've been doing them virtually, and this is how you'd find out about them. Also, Education Planner is a great website, and My Blueprint, which you're probably familiar with from CLE. A reminder that these courses require you to fill out a special program application. Again, the link is located in the course description booklet, which is online. So all IDS leadership courses, all honors courses, PE peer tutoring, classroom peer tutoring, and IT peer tutoring. All of these do require you to fill out a Microsoft form. And also for science co-op, you should touch base with Miss Jackson, and there is an online form as well for science co-op. Course changes are really tricky. It is so important that you spend the time now to do the research, look at the websites of whatever post-secondary school you're hoping to attend, read the course descriptions. Even if you don't understand what a course is all about still, go and talk to the teacher who teaches that course. A big conversation that we always have down in the counseling is we'll have students come down and they'll say, the course that I'm in is not what I pictured it to be. It's not what I thought it was going to be about. So please do the research now, find out what the course entails so that you're making an educated choice. We won't be able to do any course changes in September. Course changes will only be considered through the online form in June, but we will not be doing course changes in September. So it's really important for you to select your courses carefully, just in case we're not able to accommodate any changes. Also, it's super important to do the research and find out what you're needing for whatever post-secondary program or job that you're wanting to pursue to make sure that you have what you need for that. All right, so how do you select your courses? I'm sure you all remember this from last year, although it was a year ago, but you are going to enter your courses into MyEd, just like what you did last year. So we've put out the video of how to do that and the instructions on the course programming website. So you're going to add them into MyEd, make sure that you post it, which is saving that entry, and also you're going to return your signed course selection worksheet to your counselor as well. The due date for this is February 22nd. So again, step 1, you're going to enter your courses into MyEd, what you're wanting to pick. Step 2, you're going to return your signed course selection sheet to your counselor as well before February 22nd. Make sure that you have picked alternates as well on your course selection sheet, just in case we can't get you into your top courses that you're wanting to take. All right, so here's a look at what the course description booklet looks like. I'm sure that a lot of you have already seen this because you would have looked at it last year, we hope. But this is the incredible website that Mr. G and Mr. Brown have been editing for us and making sure that it's all accurate for all of the different departments in our school. And we really appreciate all the work that they've done. So you're going to go to this course description booklet, and this is where you're going to get all the information on what courses are about, again, what you need for your grad program, and read about all the steps on how to sign up for your courses. Again, the deadline is February 22nd. So this is the video here that's going to explain to you how to enter your courses into MyEd. So please, after this presentation of the video that you're watching currently, go to the Riverside course booklet and watch this video on how to enter your courses into MyEd. It's a quick video that's easy to follow and gives you the step-by-step process of how to enter your courses. If you have any questions, please reach out to your counselor, or if it's something that's related to post-secondary, you can also reach out to Ms. David. So we are here to support you. We know that this time can be stressful, it can be overwhelming, it's a lot of pressure, and we are here to support you. So again, reach out to your counselor, or also if it's something related to post-secondary, you can also contact Ms. David. And have a wonderful Valentine's Day.